let's get talking about stitching because that's why you're here. I don't know if you can see, but my little pup Layla is in the video today. She is sitting right next to me. She is a mini dachshund. She's not so mini, however, but she's almost 8 years old, and we love her. She's so cute, and she likes to sit in mommy's chair. So she was already sitting here today, and I said, why not? She can be in my video today. I don't know if she'll sit here the whole time, but we'll see. So if you remember last week, I said I was going to start the Clouds Factory Game of Thrones banners. Well, I saw those stitched up and I didn't like it, which is unfortunate because I really like the pattern. So I'm not going to even stitch that. So I did get stitching on 3 other things this week though, and I made pretty good progress on one. I focused on it basically the whole week. Death by cross stitch. I'm sorry, don't mean to apologize, but I keep shaking the table that the tripod is on. Death by cross stitch. I have loved seeing all of your progress on the Facebook board and in your videos. An amazing project. I don't know if I'll ever tackle it, but I do have the pattern, and you guys are unbelievable with it. Really great. And someone is actually stitching theirs all in Krynic and beads. Ambitious. I can't wait to see more of that, the progress on that. Jill, A Stitch in Time, we have a running joke that, she'll text me every day, every other day during the week, and she'll say, how you doing? And if I respond Krynic, that means it's a bad day. So Krynic is the devil, as many of you have said. But yeah, looking forward to seeing more of your progress on those. And I also wanted to say just really quickly, I have over 1,100 subscribers now to my channel, and I'm pretty amazed by that. I mean, floored, beyond floored. I really like doing these videos, and I feel like I've gained like a whole bunch of new friends, because it can be very isolating working at home, and I don't really talk to or see anybody during the day until my husband gets home, and I'm okay with that, but it can be. It can feel pretty isolating and lonely at times. So I've gained a whole bunch of new friends on Facebook and through Stitch Mania and seeing all of you in your videos and such. And I read all of your comments to my videos. I may not respond to all of them. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I appreciate everyone who subscribes and comments and watches. Again, I'm still floored that I have, it was like 1,137 the last time I looked. Amazing. I'm just amazed. So, I'm going to do my haul first. I have a stack of stuff here on my lap, and so I'm just going to get right into doing it that way. I belong to Mo's Sale, the Facebook group, and I've seen so many of you get their floss and stitch things. I decided to go ahead and get one of their grab bags. So, a whole bunch of nice floss in there. And I'm hoping I'll be able to substitute some threads and use them in some projects, here and there. And it comes in this really cool meshy bag. So I really like that. So I got that this week. I went to my LNS, the stitching post, yesterday. I was off yesterday from work because I wanted to pick up some threads. But I also got this pattern. And this is pretty much... This was fitting for how I've been feeling the past couple of days. It is Little House Needleworks Fear Not. And if you read the saying, it says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed. For I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." And I did buy all of the threads for it. I may substitute them though now that I really look at them once I got home. I may make them a little bit brighter. We'll see when I get to stitching that. But while I was there, I bought Weeks Dye Works for the Tempting Tangles stitch along. That stitch along is pretty cool so far. It's only $5 and it's in 16 different parts every 3 weeks, and each part is only 31 by 31 stitches, I think. So that may be something for the first time ever that I can actually keep up with. And I'll show you, I did stitch a little bit on it yesterday, but instead of using a DMC, I picked out my own Weeks Dye Works threads, and I'll hold them up so you can see what I picked out. I picked out, you know, an orange, 2 greens, 2 pinks, 2 purples. They're actually much, I don't know if that's truly accurate. But yeah, so I went there to get those. And I also got my first order from Under the Sea Fabrics. I had ordered a piece of Naiad 32 count Joblin. Really pretty. It's like a greeny purple, sort of. I don't know what I'll stitch on this. I was going to stitch, let me fold it in half, that might show you better. I was going to stitch the Lizzie Kate Spooked sampler on this. I don't think I'm even going to restart that again. I've tried to stitch that like twice and it just really didn't work out. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that fabric, but I'll find something. It's nice to have a collection of fabric, so when a chart comes out that you really like, you're like, ooh, I already have the fabric for it. And then all you have to do is get the threads and the pattern. In the mail yesterday, I received my Just Cross Stitched Christmas Ornaments issue for 2016. I flipped through this yesterday. Nothing really caught my eye. Usually 1 or 2 does. Nothing really caught my eye this year. I know a lot of you have said there are some cute ones in here, but nothing really just stood out to me immediately that said I have to stitch it. I will still keep the magazine because down the road I may see someone stitching one and say, oh, I have that, or I like that, or I'd like to do that. But as of right now, I won't stitch any out of them. And I got an envelope to preview a cross-stitch Christmas. This is the brochure that they sent. And it actually unfolds and shows you a bunch of projects, and some of these look really cool. They give you a month, they mail you the book and they give you a month to preview it, and then if you don't return the book in the month, you have to pay $20 for the book. And I'm pretty sure it's a hardcover book. And then you actually get this free gift, which if you keep the book or not, you get to keep it, this little Christmas thing right here. So I said, why not? I'll do it. It'll be something I can show in a future video when I get it. Saturday was a sale at my LNS, the Stitching Post. It was their 35th anniversary of being in business. And I met Jill and her husband and their 2 kids. We had lunch at a pizza place next door, and we went shopping in the store. And you got to pick sort of an ornament type thing off of a tree, and it gave you a discount. I got 20%, and this is the thing that you picked off of the tree. Now this had a ribbon on it, and it's actually a bookmark. This flips forward and can fit over a page, but what I did with mine is I turned it into a needle minder. So I thought that was pretty cool. So, it'll be a pretty big needle minder. You can see on here. But I thought that was a neat idea because I only read books on my Kindle now. I don't read like physical paper books, so I would never use it. So I thought that was a cool idea to turn it into a needle minder. So I will get into my WIPs. I have a bunch of, I forgot some of my haul. I just realized I have a bunch of needle minders I got. I'll have to get up and get those in a minute to show those to you. I had 3 new starts this week. The first one I started was Plum Street Samplers, a Red Cottage. And here's my progress on that. I stitched on this on Sunday using 2 needle minders I got from Delicious Threads, Zombie, Snow White, and Spider-Man, because they're red. Now, and this is stitched on Frozen Fractals 32 Count Joblin by Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. Now, when I went to pick out the threads for this, and I'm glad I did this in person at the stitching post, I didn't like the colors. The red wasn't really red, and the other colors, they were drab. So I converted them to Crescent Colors, or I'm sorry, Classic Color Works it's called now. So the red is actually red, the yellow is a true yellow. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm sure it's going to look just fine now. Trying to find a spot to set this. We'll set this over here. Okay. The second new start that I had was another Plum Street Samplers, and this is the Halloween Hornbook. This is done on, it's another Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. It's a 32 count Joblin. I want to say it's Kaleidoscope or Rhiannon. I think it's Rhiannon. These 2 needle minders are from Cassie's Needle Minders, Enamel Candy Corn, and then like a sparkly girl in a pumpkin costume. I really like those. They're really cute. And the original threads for this, they called for silks, Belle Soie. I didn't want to spend the money for the silks, so I used Faye from Carolina Stitcher on her blog. I used her conversion to Gentle Art Sampler Threads and Crescent Colors or Classic Color Works. And they look really good. I'm really excited about those colors. I will put a link down below in the description box to her blog so you can see the post for her conversion. So I worked on those 2. And then the project that I focused mainly on this week was the Clouds Factory Hocus Pocus Cat Spell. And here's my progress on that. I actually have gotten pretty far. I think the last time I showed you, I had only had this part stitched. So I've done this, this. I've made 2 small substitutions. If you can see, I hold my hand behind it so you can see it. The scissors, the blades they had in a gray DMC, and I used silver Petite Treasure Braid by Rainbow Gallery, because scissors are metal. So, and then on the candlesticks, instead of using, I think they used DMC Light Effects for the gold, for the flame, I had gold Petite Treasure Braid. I've really enjoyed stitching on this, and I think I'm going to focus on this until it's done so I can finish it up. This is on Sparkly's Fabric of the Month, which was a limited edition. It didn't have a name on it. This is 32 count Lugana. I really like this fabric. And these 2 needle minders are from Nessa's Needle Minders. 2 different Hello Kitty ones. I really like them for Halloween. And I also received this Q-Snap cover in the mail. I think it was from M. Kissa Creations, if I'm remembering. I've ordered a bunch of these. I really like them. And I got some really cool ones from Stormborn on Etsy, and those haven't arrived yet. So that's all the stitching that I've done this week. Oh no, it's not. I started the Tempting Tangles stitch along. I'm going to flip the camera so you can see because my stand arrived yesterday. Yes, finally got it. They had to mail me out another one, however, because so-and-so had emailed Parcel Force, which is their shipping in the UK, and they had no record of my original one. No record of even the tracking, so that's lost and God only knows where. So they mailed me out another one, and it came yesterday, and I'm going to flip this around so you can see it. Let me turn this down. It's hard to tell, but I got the powder coated gray one, and it's actually like a metallic-y, sparkly gray color under the light, which is really cool. But I really love the stand. I worked on it yesterday, used it. You know, it swings in, and you can easily flip your work over to the other side. I'll pull this off. This is the Tempting Tangle Sow. But yeah, I really like that stand, so I'm really glad that I finally got it. So let me pull this off of here so I can show you. I am stitching this on 32 count Joblin from Under the Sea Fabrics in Beach Walk. This fabric is actually, it's like a tanny bluey gray color, really pretty. A nice neutral fabric. I got this Q-snap cover yesterday in the mail from a seller on eBay, Truly Into Stitching, I think is what it's called. I'll link all this stuff down below. And then these two needle minders are just some flower ones from Down Sunshine Lane that I've had for a very long time. But yeah, there's my small start up in the corner. I'm actually, before I go back to stitching on the Hocus Pocus one, I'm going to finish this first part of the Sal so I can have that done. Which should only take me, hopefully I could have that done tonight actually, which is my goal. We'll see. But I will get that done. So I put that back on my stand. I'm so happy I got the stand. Okay. Oh, let me go get my needle minders. Yeah. 1 second. I'm going to get up and you can see my dog, hopefully. I'll put this down and you can take a peek at her. Isn't she the cutest thing? As you saw her licking her paw, I think. Okay. I got a bunch of needle minders this week from a couple different sellers. The first is Delicious Threads. I had won her Needle Minder of the Month drawing for August, and then I ordered 2 other ones. So this was the free one, the Villains, and then I ordered the 2 Hocus Pocus ones, the flat resin ones, those 2. Really like those. I got an order from McKenna from Every Stitch Counts. I bought one of her keys and it says Poison, and then I got the red glittery Rudolph. Really like that one. We'll look forward to using that on a Christmas project. Then I got an order, and this took a little bit while because it's from Australia, from Needle Minder Obsession on Etsy. I had seen this one that I got on Tipsy Stitcher's project in her video, and I've really had to have it. You'll see why. I'm going to cover the good one. I got a gymnast. I was watching the Olympics at that time, so I thought, why not? But look at that one. Yes, it says, "Fuck off, I'm stitching." I really like that. I don't know what project I'll use that on, but I thought that was really funny. And then I got one more order from Nessa's Needle Minders. I got this unicorn, which I have renamed Princess Awesome. Really like that one. She did send me a free one, a Gorgeous Girl, which I really like that. I don't have anything like that, so really like that one. So thank you, Vanessa, for that free one. And then I had gotten these couple. I got Ariel, and then I got 2 Wizard of Oz, and then 2 Little Red Riding Hood. I'm going to put those on when I get to those projects again. The Bent Creek Red, and then the Satsuma Street Wizard of Oz Cityscape. So that was all that I got in the mail and all my stitching stuff. I did want to give one shout out today to Blitz Stitch. I know many of you already watch his videos. First of all, he's a man who stitches, and he does some amazing stuff. He does really big projects, and I just watched his latest video today. He seems like a true gentleman. the nicest man. He dresses really nice. He wore like a button-up shirt. You don't see too many men that are true gentlemen anymore, so I will link his channel down below so you can check him out if you have not. And I have read 2 books recently that I really liked. I put one on the Stitch Mania board because I was just floored at this book when I was reading it. It's called Behind Closed Doors, and I'm going to put a picture of the cover right here. I read that book in like a day and a half. Now, the ending was a tiny bit of a letdown, but not enough for me to not like the book. The book was awesome. I kept reading because I was just so amazed at the characters in this book. Frightening, just a frightening, disturbing situation this woman was in. And I recently finished another book yesterday called The Stepmother, and that was pretty good too. Again, the ending was a tiny bit of a letdown, but I really enjoyed it up until, the last, 5% of the book. I haven't found another book to read yet. I'm right on track though with my challenge, with my reading challenge of reading 50 books this year. I think I've read 37, 38, so I only have like 12 books to go. So that's pretty good. I think that's it. My plans for this week are to finish the Tempting Tangle Sal, the very first part, and I'm going to continue working on the Clouds Factory Hocus Pocus spell. I really want to get that done by Halloween, and then start on something else, because I have I'm looking in my closet right now, I have almost 10 WIPs, and there's actually 2 more projects I'm going to be starting soon. I ordered Plum Street Sampler's Beans chart. Love that chart. I love coffee. And it only calls for 3 colors, black, white. Might only be 2 colors. I think it's only black and white. So I'm trying to find the perfect fabric for that one. I actually ordered yesterday from Stephanie chocolate milk, Joblin. So I hope that works. Needed kind of a brown neutral fabric for that. So I'm going to be starting that one when that pattern comes in and the fabric. And then in October, I signed up for the auto ship from Down Sunshine Lane for the Country Cottage Needleworks No Place Like Home series. And I mentioned that in my last video. So I'll be starting those 2 sometime soon. And I also signed up on Stitching Bits and Bobs. She has a monthly bits subscription where you can pick threads to sign up for. I signed up to receive Weeks Dye Works every month, a collection. I don't really have a collection of hand-dyed threads, believe it or not. And I know a lot of you, or some of you, I've heard you mention that you don't like Weeks Dye Works threads. I love them. Excuse me. I love them because they're not too variegated, some of them. And they have a really large range of colors. So yeah, I really like them. So I'd like to build a little bit of a collection. That way, if I want to substitute threads, I can just do that and not have to go to the store to get them or order them online. And I should be getting some more Fabric of the Month stuff in this month. I subscribe to just about every company out there for Fabric of the Month. So I get quite a bit every month. Just started that though. But I probably have 7 or 8 companies that I do their Fabric of the Month for. To me, it's worth it. The fabric seems to be the most expensive part of our stitching hobby. And I love fabric. And I really want to have quite the collection up. And it's just nice to get the fabric every month from all these different people and all these different suppliers. So I look forward to receiving those. So I'm going to go for now. I hope you all have a great week. I do not know next week when I will be doing my video. It's probably not going to be my normal Monday or Tuesday. So we'll see. I will really try to have one next week though. But happy stitching, happy stashing, and until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye!